Hi everybody. I wanted to take you through a couple hands, two suit combinations that I just wanted to that show you something subtle that you should always be thinking about when you're playing in a trump suit with, or really anything. It could be no trumps, but it's how to play a suit for the optimal number of tricks. So this hand is just the auction was boring. It was a 2/1 auction. We have an 8 card spade fit. We ended up in 4 spades. And the opponents start by cashing hearts. You can see that from looking at the hand, we don't have any losers in clubs. We don't have any losers in diamonds. We have these 3 apparent heart losers that it looks like the opponents are going to take. And then the goal in this hand is going to be to avoid a spade trick. Now, so let's take it through. The opponents do cash the first 3 hearts. That goes ace of hearts, king of hearts, and then queen of hearts. And finally, they're going to let us in a moment to leave us to make our decision. Sorry, they didn't actually play a club. They played a diamond. So here we are. We've lost 3 heart tricks, and now clearly all we have left to worry about is the spade queen. And when we have an 8 card fit, we're usually going to finesse 8 ever, 9 never. We're going to finesse for the queen. So just the one thing about this suit is when you can afford it, and this is really important. We're going to take a spade finesse, but when you can afford it, it's really important that you cash the ace or king first before you take a finesse, because in case that it's the singleton queen. So I'm going to show you the layout here. So here, East West has the spades are breaking 4-1, and so what we have to do to make this hand is before we finesse, we have to win the diamond and cash the ace just to check to see if the queen is singleton. Now, is the queen going to be singleton very often? No, it's not. But before we take the spade finesse, we must check to see if the queen is falling. And then if it didn't fall, then we can just travel the dummy. Like, let me undo for a second and let me get the queen out of the way. I'm going to make it not fall. If it doesn't fall, this is what's going to happen. It's going to go small, small, small. And now we can go over to dummy and finesse the spade. And by cashing the ace, we didn't harm anything. And on this hand, actually, the trumps were 4-1. And we'll see that they're 4-1. We see them show out. We count the spades out. We realize there's still 2 in East. So that means we need to go back over to dummy to take one more finesse. And that's no problem because there were 3 spades in dummy. And so it's just a really important concept before you take a finesse. If you can afford to try to avoid losing that singleton, you have to do it. It's just not going to happen often, but 1 in 100, well, I don't know what the percentages are. I'm not a math guy, but once in a while, that singleton queen's going to drop, and you're going to feel really foolish having lost that singleton queen. Now, let's go back, and I want to change this hand just a little bit. Instead of being in a 5-3 fit, we're now going to be in a 6-2 fit, and this changes things. And I wanted to show you the difference between these two, just for a second. So here, similar hand. The auction goes a spade, and partner's going to 2/1 with 2 clubs, and we're going to rebid our 6 card spade suit. And my partners and I play that promises 6, so now that north hand could just jump to game, and that's where we play. And the same thing happens. You see, we're still off the first 3 heart tricks, so they're going to lead ace of hearts and king of hearts. Oops, queen of hearts and king of hearts. And now they're going to put us in just like last time. And now it's our decision. So this is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that sometimes you can't afford to try to drop a singleton queen. I'm going to show you the opponent's cards open, wide open, and I'm going to show you why when you have a 6-2 fit like this that we can't afford to. Because look what happens if we play a spade to the ace first. We can win the ace of diamonds. And if we play a spade to the ace first, look what happens to us. Okay, no, it wasn't a singleton queen. Now we're going to go back over to dummy, and we're going to finesse the spade again. No, not again for the first time, but now we're going to get this bad news that the spades are 4-1, and we're going to say, oh no, I really want to finesse the spade again. I know East still has 2 of them, but I can't finesse it anymore. So we have to go back and think through this situation. We're going to jump back to after we won the ace of diamonds. Now here we are in this situation. Now, If the spades are 3-2, if they're breaking 3-2 in any which way, it's not going to matter whether we cash the ace. See, if we move a spade over here from this to this hand, if we cash the ace, nothing bad's going to happen to us. We're going to win the ace, and then we're going to go back over, and we're going to finesse the spade, and it's going to work. And because they're 3-2, the king's going to drop the queen, and we're all good. It's only when they're 4-1 that it matters. So you might say, but how do you know whether it's 4-1 with, I'm going to flip this back, with the singleton little one, or whether it's a singleton queen? Well, we can do the math on this one. So playing the ace is going to cater to singleton queen, but it's going to lose to singleton 9. It's going to lose a trick to the singleton 9 because we won't be able to finesse twice. Or it's going to lose to the singleton 8. It's going to lose to the singleton 7. And it's going to lose to the singleton 6. So in order to cater to the singleton queen, we would have to be giving up all those little singletons. So because we only have 2 spades and dummy, we don't have the luxury of being able to cash the ace. So when you have a 6-2 fit, you have to be careful not. You have to take a first round finesse, because when we take a first round finesse, yes, we would have lost to that singleton queen, but at the same time, if they're 4-1 with the queen on side like they are in this layout, we can go back over to dummy and we still have a trump to take a second finesse and avoid a spade loser altogether. So the moral of me talking about this hand is we want to try to drop the singleton queen, but you have to do your work and figure out, is it safe for me to try for a singleton queen, or is it not going to work? There are lots of reasons why it might not work to try for a singleton queen. You might not have the entries. Like if dummy didn't have nearly as many entries, we wouldn't be able to get back there to finesse twice. That's one reason. There are reasons, but the point is, try to avoid losing to that singleton queen unless you can see a good reason not to. Thank you, and see you soon. Check out our lessons on wolperbridge.com.